you for watching Hack the File. I'm Michael Lopez, and today's video is going to be the last video on the ethical hacking botnet chapter. So we're going to do a quick last little exercise or something, and then we're going to go over and do a recap. Enjoy. So I'm back. I have been doing a lot of therapy for my thyroid condition, and I was out for a minute, but I'm back making videos again, and there should be at least two videos a week. Um, Unless I got to do some more medical stuff, but back doing these videos and having fun. So on the last video, I guess we stopped at we did a reverse shell on this ethical hacking book series. Um, Introduction to breaking in, and we are, I guess, on botnets right here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So far, you've built a server bot that controls only one client. However, you could extend your server so that it can control several clients at once. In botnets like these, several client machines connect to a single CNC server. These botnets can do many things, including performing distributed denial of service (DDoS), attacks by overwhelming a web server with traffic, causing it to become temporarily unavailable. On October 21st, 2016, the DYN DNS service fell victim to a DDoS attack that used a botnet called Mirai or Mirai. Let's just call it Mirai. The botnet prevented users from accessing sites like Airbnb, Amazon, Netflix. Before your browser accesses a website, it first obtains the website's IP address by communicating with the DNS server. If a botnet overwhelms the DNS server, it will prevent users from accessing the domains hosted on the server. The Mirai botnet was composed of a collection of Internet of Things devices like cameras, home routers, and instead of using a backdoor, Mirai walked right through the device's front door by logging into using a username and password. By logging in using a default username and password in IoT devices. To do this, Mirai used the SYN scan to search for devices with port 23 open. When it found a device, and the Mirai bot will try to connect using a collection of default credentials. If the bot succeeded in logging in, it used the command wget or FTP to load bot client code onto the machine. If neither command was available, it would load its own version of wget using a custom loader. Once compromised, the device would send its IP address, username, and password back to the CNC server. The Mirai botnet compromised more than 350,000 devices. Because the Mirai bot used a dedicated CNC server, security researchers could examine the traffic and determine the server's IP address. The researchers contacted the server's ISP and asked it to disable the IP address. However, the bot code didn't specify a fixed IP address for the server. Instead, the bot determined the IP address by resolving a URL. This means that if the IP address of one CNC server was disabled, the botnet could be assigned to a new CNC server by updating the mapping between the URL and the IP addresses in the DNS, making it difficult to take the botnet offline. The Mirai botnet code is available at GitHub, and then if you want to check it out, there's the website. Just pause the video, enter that in, or buy this book and follow along. Figure 4.7 shows two types of botnet architecture. The first is a client-server architecture, in which single server controls multiple botnets, multiple clients. One of the many disadvantages of the architecture is that the botnet can be taken down if the server is disabled. The second is peer-to-peer architecture, in which any bot in the network be designated the server. This removes any single point of failure. The Mirai botnet used the client-server model, but mitigated the architecture's single point of failure by having the bots resolve the domain to determine the CNC server's IP address. So here's the two different models. Your hacker has a CNC server, and these are the bots that he's controlling, and they all communicate through this CNC server. So if this goes down, he loses connection to his bots. Now the hacker, this is the P2P architecture, peer-to-peer. So if this one goes out, these still can communicate to the hacker. If this one goes out, these still communicate to the hacker. So, right. Mirai was sophisticated, but writing a botnet doesn't have to be complicated. Let's start by creating the file that contains the commands that you want your botnets to run. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I've done this 10 times. I did this before since it was so small. I did this video. Actually, I did this video like 3 videos already, and I was sick and had to go to the doctor and stuff like that. So I had to redo the video a couple times. My brain was foggy. So this is gonna be the 4th time I've done this video. So when you see my Kali Linux, it's gonna have these commands and stuff. But this is pretty easy right here. So we're gonna do this real quick, and then we're gonna go through a recap of this chapter, and then we're gonna do another video. So let's start this up. So this one says, let's start by creating the file that contains the command that you want your botnets to run. So we're going to run some commands that are going to create a file on my Linux machine, right? So we're going to put the Linux machine over here, and I've already created the file. I think it's this one. Is this the file? Shell server? Nah, this is the reverse shell. Maybe I deleted it. So we're going to have to do this again, which is fine. So touch commands.sh. Let's do that one. So touch commands. God, I can't stand this. Just ridiculous one. Okay, so touch commands. Okay, so where are we? We're in, okay, so we're in Kali Home. It's probably in here already, yeah. Yeah. COMMA. So I've already made it. Let's go to use this 8080 commands.sh. I'm going to erase this. erase this one too, just so I don't get confused. And let's start again. Okay, so this one says it wants me in my Kali home, right? Kali at Kali. So Kali home, um, touch commands.sh it wants me to make. Okay, so I'm just, since this is my Kali home, I'm just going to open up a terminal here, right? Since I have it open already. And we're going to put touch, which touch creates a file, right? Okay, and then you're going to see it. So I put in touch commands.sh and they created it right here somewhere, right? Oh, there it is right there. So commands.sh. Okay, I'm going to close this because we already know it's going to be created. All right, so now it says we're going to put some stuff into that. So echo ping 17. Let me write this down because I want to make this pretty fast. So we've got to do a recap. So ping 172.217.9206. Caret commands.sh. Okay. Okay, so echo ping 172.217 172. Man. Ping 72.217 926. Let's see if I did that right. Echo ping 172.9206 commands.sh. Do I have to do these quotation marks here? Because that doesn't look right. Is it just the way the book's written? I go ping this. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna come look at this. I'm kind of confused on this. Maybe it is this. Oh yeah, it put ping. Okay, yeah, that worked. So it piped ping 172. So I think that worked, right? Echo ping. See, I guess you could do it like this too. I don't know. You might be able to do it like this too. Ping. I think either way it works. I don't think it matters, but we're going to find out right now. Okay, so the touch command creates a new file called command.sh. and then the echo command writes ping 172 dot 217.9.206 to that file. The ping command checks to see whether a machine is online by sending it packets and waiting for a response. Put together, this script will send ping packets to the IP address 172, whatever, 206. Several machines repeatedly doing this will result in the DDoS attack. Once you've created the shell script, it's a shell script, at .sh is the shell script, right? Create a one-line botnet server using the following command. So here's the botnet server, which I think is going to be this. So we're doing a client server architecture, right? So now we're creating the botnet server. So Python 3 M8080. So let's do that. We've done that before. Yeah, see, so I've done this. What the heck did I do? Okay, so here's the server that I'm setting up. Now that so one line botnet server using the following command. Now you can write a simple bot client that downloads the script and executes it. Remember that the bot will execute all of the commands in the command.s file, so be careful about what you include in it. For instance, if the ping command were replaced with command rm-rf slash, the bot would delete all the data on the machine. Next, run the following command. Now this is confusing right here. So it goes to the msadmin metasploitable machine, and it wants me to get IP address of the server bot, which is this. So we're gonna mess with this a little bit, and we're gonna go to our pfSense. I'm sorry, not our pfSense, our metasploitable. So we're gonna go to our metasploitable, and I've already done this like 1,000 times, I said, so we're gonna do it again. wget minus o. Well, I think it's just o. IP address of the server bot. So I don't know if it just wants the IP address of my Kali Linux, or if it wants the IP address of the HTTP server. So I'm just gonna put HTTP server. 8080 slash let's see if that worked. Okay, so it failed.
You want all your meats, or are you doing something?
I'm doing this something, then I'll go over there in a minute.
So just leave it out?
Yeah. HTTP server failed, name or service unknown. So nothing happened, didn't download anything. So obviously I did that wrong. So maybe this does need this. I don't know. Nothing happened right there at all. Yeah, I don't think this. So I think that this has to be the Kali Linux. Um, IP. Oh, wait a minute. What was that? Come on, man. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here it is right here. Right, that should be the. Let's see if we can. Connection refused. it's not gonna work because I don't think that's. Let's see if that. I have no clue what I'm doing. um, Never really done this, but I mean, I did this like months ago, and I don't even know if I did it right. So I don't think this is. 80. I think I have to put my Kali Linux IP in here. You know what I mean, Vern? One 102. Alright, so that one worked. Oh, there it is. Command.sh. So what the hell did I do? So at wget O, I had to put in my Kali Linux box, which makes sense. Port 8080 is where that server's on. Oh yeah, see, it's showing right here that it on my little server that I made that it somebody downloaded through it to get the from here, which is my Metasploitable IP. On this date, use the get, basically, yeah, the wget command, same thing. Dot whatever to get that file, I guess this file right here. But did it run the command? I don't understand that. Okay, so now I did. Oh no, there's a file. Okay, so now I guess I can run that. Let me see what it says right here. Okay, so that worked. The O, in this book, I guess you don't use this. It's just showing you the O flag outputs the contents of a downloaded file, which we did. Contents are then sent or piped using the line operator, to the bash shell, which was this, to the bash shell where they're executed. Did it execute it? The command.sh script uses the client, instructs the client to ping Google's IP address. 172. Okay, so that's Google's IP address. If a server instructs enough clients to do this at once, it can achieve a DDoS attack. Hackers often profit from renting their bot armies to other hackers who use them for a purpose. for this purpose. Okay, so this is Google's IP address right here, apparently. Um, okay, I'm gonna have to read this. This is confusing. So it downloaded the content, which we did. It piped it over there, which we did verify that. The command.sh script includes the client's ping's Google IP address. For server, okay, this is what this using the pipe operator to the bash shell where they're executed. The command.sh script instructs the client to ping Google's IP address. How do I know it pinged it? All I know is that it's on there. So it's in there, command.sh, commands.sh. Maybe I didn't do that right. So we'll go to this and we'll, let's see. What am I trying to do? Should ping it, right? What am I thinking? Oh my god. My mind is just turned to jello. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't think that worked. So I'm gonna delete this. And I'm gonna redo that. Looks exactly the same. Yeah, that's not working. It's not pinging nothing. So I don't think that's gonna work. Anyways, but we downloaded the file. That's obviously not working. That's not pinging anything. Yeah. Zero received, 100 packets lost. So that's not gonna ping anything anyways. Um so I think that's the problem. Um but we downloaded that over to the Metasplittable, which that's what we wanted to do in that thing, right? It's just showing you um, that that's how you run that. Okay, so um, which makes no damn sense to me because if this is the attacker, I mean that's your victim. Um, I would have to have some kind of backdoor connection to this, and then I can run this command. So I think that's what that is. Since you already compromised it, it's assuming that you've already compromised it, right? Then you're gonna run a bash that will run that uh, pipe that, and then it'll start running when they to the bash shell when they're executed. So it'll start running when you have your access to this compromised machine, right? Connected to this. I have no clue. I'm gonna have to go more deeper into all this book and all that to see what's going on. But that that's not gonna ping anyways, because that IP address is not working. It's not pinging anything. So even if I did all this right, I don't think that would ping anything. We could test that theory by pinging something, right? So let's ping my well, if I ping my I can't ping my Metasploitable because I'm going to be pinging back from that. It's going to be pinging itself. So maybe if I get my Ubuntu running, I don't know. So I would have to get my Ubuntu thing running, and then, but I mean, that doesn't say that in this book. It just says to do it like this. Assuming that this address is pingable, I guess we could get a different IP address that is pingable, but I don't want to do that. So I doubt, this command, all these commands worked. Okay, you can find an IP address that's pingable because this was broken, and you can run this and see if it pings. It should execute that as soon as you run that wget command. It says the contents are then sent or piped using this operator to the bash shell where they're executed. So it should start pinging. Um, because it's grabbing that bash shell. I mean, it's bash shell. Well, yeah, it's grabbing that .sh uh, file script, and then it's should execute it. It says so, but it's not going to execute it because this ain't running. Let me see. Let me try this one more time. Where's my um? I could just run it again and just let's see where is it Metasplittable. So you could do that again. So this is the new one, command.sh1. Right? Did it run anything? Did it ping anything? It should have said like pinging on here. I would. It makes sense like if it ran it and it downloaded like Like if it downloaded it, then it would execute it, right? It says it would execute it. Um, Bash shell. Okay, an operated bash shell where they're executed. That makes no sense to me. So you would see it trying to um, ping automatically, right? Let's see, unless we, I don't know how to. Yeah, see, it's not doing anything. So I don't know. First of all, I don't know how to. I'm assuming you can read a command in Metasploitable, um, but that's not going to ping anything, right? Because it's broken. Um, read. I'm sure. Let me see. Help. Where's read at? Yeah, read is a command in there. Read. I think that it would read it for export execute exec dot ex. Yeah, this is so stupid. So exec. Oh, a name. Yeah. Anyways, I don't think that's gonna even work anyways because that wasn't pinging nothing. So I think you would have to figure out first of all how to use Metasploitable a little bit better. It doesn't explain any of that in this book, right? So if you're a beginner, that's why I do these videos, because if you're a beginner like me and you don't know how to use Metasploitable because you never really used it a lot, makes it kind of hard. So you're gonna have to figure out all this stuff, right? Um, Also, um, the way it's written here, I guess sometimes it's just, I mean, like some of this stuff doesn't work. Like pinging this address here obviously didn't work. Like Google's IP address is not working. That's not working anymore. Probably because they over pinged everything. Um, but I mean, you can ping. I don't know how long I want to make this video because I can make this video really long by finding a different IP address to ping, messing with it for another hour. But I don't want to do that. So I guess you got the gist of how this works, right? You're gonna have to mess with it on your free time uh, if you want clearer answers, which makes sense to me because that ping is not working. I'm assuming that as soon as it downloads that file, it executes it. But if it's not executing, it means it's not working, right? That ping isn't working anyways. Um, that's how it would make sense to me, how it would work. So find something that actually pings, replace it in there, and then run it and see if what happens, right? Also, do some research on how to run a .sh file, or whatever, bash. I don't know why it says bash when was that a bash? Oh yeah, well, because it's using bash, that's why. Okay, so to read it, I guess. But anyways, um, but yeah, so you're gonna have to mess with it a little bit, right? But I mean, the download process worked. Now then, you're gonna have to mess with it. That's how I see that. Um, we can go to the next thing, and the more and more we get through this book, I guess like more and more answers will be answered. So this is just the first little taste of the botnets and all this stuff. So you got to keep going. Um, let's read some more. So exercises: expand your understanding of botnets, reverse shells, and scanning with these exercises. In the first exercise, you'll implement a bot server that can handle multiple bots simultaneously. The second exercise, you'll use the SCAPI library to implement SYN scan. The final exercise, you implement a Python program that will allow you to detect Xmas scans. To detect scans, so that's awesome. So we're not gonna do these. Like I said, the code is online, and we can download this and run it. In this chapter, this is going to be the multi-bot server. In this chapter, you wrote a server that could control only a single bot. Now you can extend the implementation so it can control multiple bots at once. This would be the ideal one you want to practice. Instead of sending individual commands, the bot will receive the same command. After the CNC server has received a response, it should print out the bot's IP address and the result of executing the command. I recommend that you use the socket server library to manage multiple TCP connections. So we're going to take this from here, and sure we go back. Botnet server X. Yeah, so here's the one. So it would probably be botnet server.py. Botnet server bot handler. Let's see if that's the right one. Um, import socket class bot handler. So this goes through setting up a multi bot, and it tells you what it does. This one's doing an SYN scan. Well, these are awesome little exercises. If you really want to get into botnets, I recommend doing these. Okay, and I think I'm gonna do this on my spare time because this is really cool, right? This gives you the code, then you can run it. Each connection associated, and it explains how it works. That's my and scan. But for this video, I think we're done on this chapter, right? We did the gist of everything. We kind of understand how things work. I would recommend doing these exercises, and how I would go about doing it is, I mean, this is easy, right? You're just gonna download, read this, pause it, wherever, read it. You're gonna go to that website, download this here, run it, and then read this and this. Pause this video, whatever. Read this, and this explains how we do in these videos. It explains on how the code works, which is important, but not that really important if you're not understanding Python that well yet. You need to have some kind of understanding of it, but this goes into real good detail for you. And I guess all these are based off the premise that you have control of somebody's computer somehow, right? Then you can set up a botnet enterprise or whatnot and control that and make it do something, right? And in this case, uh, it wants to do something. So we created a new botnet. It wants you to send back the IP address and all that. So once it's gonna send back an IP address and all that stuff, just information. Huh. So yeah, I mean it's pretty interesting. This exercise actually I would do later. Um, if you want me to do these ones on these botnets, let me know. I'll make another video and I'll do these. Um, but I kind of want to get over this chapter, keep it moving, right? I got the gist of it. Let's do a chapter update, right? Let's see what we did and what we learned. And then I'm gonna end this video. This video is gonna be about an hour long. So crafting TCP shells and botnets. Okay. We figured out. We learned what a TCP handshake is in this chapter. How information works, bits and packets. We learned about the three-way handshake, which is important. So you're gonna get a what's up. You're gonna get a hey. Then you're gonna get a hey, I got that hey, and then you're gonna get a all right. So it's going back and forth, and then it sends the data back and forth, right? We learned the close with fin acknowledgement. So once it acknowledges that it's got the packets, it says, all right, we're done. We don't have no more packets, right? So fin act. Then we learned how to do a TCP reverse shell. So because most firewalls will not allow data to come in, but it'll let data come out from within. So you're gonna bypass this firewall by exploiting something to get into somebody's server, and then once you're in there, you're gonna do a reverse shell to send information out right through that firewall, right? Because the firewall is only blocking usually what is coming in and not what's going out. So that's called a TCP reverse shell, and you're gonna use that by exploiting a backdoor or something like that, right? So this is more on how the metasplittable is going to work. So, I mean, how the reverse shell is going to work. Okay. And we learned how to access the victim's machine by, we're going to run a nmap scan, right? We're going to run a scan first to see what vulnerabilities they have, and we want to see what operating systems are using, what ports are opened and whatnot. And in this case, we ran an nmap scan, and we found out that they're using operating system that is exploitable with the backdoor that they're using, where we can use the user hacker and the smiley face and pass invalid, password invalid, right? We're doing a netcat vulnerability on port 21 because port 21 was open. When we scanned it, port 21 was open. See? File transfer protocol is going to be the vulnerability we're using. Writing a reverse shell. We learned how to write a reverse shell using the mouse pad, which is pretty cool. What happened? Mouse pad, and then we put this in there. Write it in TCP that listens. So reverse shell has to have a TCP server that listens for the connection. Once we hear the connection and receives it, then we can write a we can load the reverse shell that we wrote. So we're, and then the botnets. So this was a cool little chapter, a little bit confusing, but um, the more and more I guess we get through this book, the clearer everything will be, and then we get experience with messing with everything, right? It's the whole key to this. So I didn't want to make this video too long, but I guess that wraps up that chapter. So I'm kind of jumping between videos and stuff that I want to do, and I'm gonna try to find something else to do here for the next video. But right now we're on part 2, cryptography. Okay, so we're gonna see how interesting this chapter is gonna be. It doesn't look like it's too technical. It looks like it's just introducing us to cryptography, right? Which should be fast. And I should learn some cool stuff. So this is encrypting stuff, right? And that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to, see out encrypted.txt. See, that's gonna be awesome. Email encryption. We'll teach you how to do some email encryption or something. Here goes some math, encrypting a file with RSA, which I've done before. So, this will just give me more experience doing it. Right? Look, and then writing ransomware. That seems pretty dang cool. So, we'll get into this and see, write some ransomware by encrypting. Once we receive their data, encrypting the whole damn data. That'd be awesome. And there's some exercises. So this one's going to be awesome, when we get down to the nitty gritty of it. Down to the nitty gritty. I'm kind of excited by that. This right here, writing encryption, writing ransomware. That's where I want to get to, right? Let's see. So this chapter looks like it's going to be really cool. So this is the next chapter we're doing: cryptography and ransomware. All right. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, like, and I'll see you on the next Hack the File.